buddy. What's up? What you staring at, man? What you staring at, buddy boy? Hello, hello, Canadian Fury yet again. He didn't get the first last night, though. Last night. I've discovered the Canadian Fuhrer's weakness. He's only watching at certain times of the day. I don't know how he does it, man. Don't ask me. Maybe he's got like a bot or something that immediately when the thing goes live, it automatically types hi or something. I don't know. I don't know. Paul's ego taught me how to eat onion rings, and I am forever in debt. Yeah, dude. It's a strange thing that so many people don't know how to eat onion rings. Yeet, dude? Did that yeet need to be 4 fucking comments long? Do I need to go turn on slow mode? Is that, are you gonna make me do that? You don't want to make me do that, right? Are you guys always going to be splitting up Flash Fried from now on? Yes. I talk about it extensively in the last one of these. I field questions and take suggestions for people and give a distinct and heartfelt call for people to have better ideas. Like if somebody's got a better distribution strategy that gets more eyes on content that's typically buried in the middle of a video that your average drive-by new viewer is never going to see, if you know a better way of getting those individual ideas out to people and growing the channel, I'm all ears. But outside of that, really got no, I don't know, like you can go watch yesterday's video if you like. How does one eat an onion ring correctly? Okay, I've explained this before, but it's been a while, and you know, it's something that everybody needs to know because I see it everywhere I go. You order the onion rings, right? What always happens? Let me give you guys a scenario, okay? And those of you that eat onion rings and don't know how to do it properly will empathize with this. You order the onion rings, they bring you out your onion rings, and they bring you out some dipping things for the onion rings, right? Some sauces, whatever it is at this place. They bring you out some sauce, and it's in one of those little plastic cups that's about that big. You pull an onion ring, right? And you go to dip it into the plastic cup, but the onion ring's circumference is more than the cup, so you can't really get a good dip. You get a little bit of sauce on it, and then you then you grab the onion ring and you bite it. You bite it, and the onion comes out of the crust and flops down on your chin and burns you, and you're like, oh, God damn it, oh, fucking onion rings. If that has ever happened to you, you are eating onion rings incorrectly. It's not the onion rings problem, okay? It's your problem. All you have to do is pinch the onion ring. So you got the onion ring, you pinch it right in the middle, and it makes this kind of flat thing, right? With all the onion in it. Pinch it in the middle, got the flat thing, and then you dip that. And guess what? When you bite through that, you're biting through both parts of the onion, you're severing the onion. It doesn't come flying out when you bite it. And you can dip it in the sauce too. Remember the circumference problem? You know, every time I go out to a place that serves onion rings, I see somebody trying to dip an onion ring in a fucking cup that's half the circumference of the onion ring, and looking frustrated while they're doing it, like, and then they bite it, and the thing I said about earlier happens. Fucking onion comes out of the breading. It's like, where did you learn to eat? Is it normal for women to get clingy after you move out of your grandparents' basement? Yes. Yeah, it makes it, yeah, you can make an infinity symbol out of it. You pinch it in the middle and it makes, you know. But you'll never have a problem again. You're welcome. I've taught you a life skill. Paul, I'm scared there's a hurricane. What do? Well, hopefully, if you're on the coast of any of those eastern seaboard states, your dumbass got the fuck out of Dodge. Otherwise, just kind of hunker down and prepare for a lot of rain. If you're inland and at a reasonable elevation, you're probably okay. But if you're on the coast, hopefully you're not on the coast anymore. I feel like that was something anyone would do without even thinking. It really isn't. It really isn't. I mean, you might have figured it out too, and kudos to you if you did, but I'm just saying, look around. Next time you're at a place that's got good onion rings, where people are ordering a lot of onion rings, look around and watch how many people eat them incorrectly. You'd be shocked. It's a shocking statistic. It's a national tragedy, really, and nobody's talking about it. You know, everybody's all hung up on the opioid crisis and the mass shooting crisis and the crisis of confidence in the executive branch and the financial crisis, and you know, they don't know the onion ring crisis is happening. How do you wipe your ass? Fold or scrunch? Usually scrunch, but sometimes I fold. It just depends on the job, you know. Usually a scrunch will do it, but if I have a feeling that there's a particular mess back there, you know, that needs a little extra something else, then a fold typically is better. Paul, the subreddit blew up over that one. Over which one? The onion rings or the folding of toilet paper? Are you going to get the new iPhone and Apple Watch for? Oh, yeah, dude, for sure. Got to get that Apple Watch. Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me, right? No, I'm not going to get an Apple Watch. I've got an iPhone, but it's 2 or 3 models old. I don't need to have the newest shit. I'm fine with the shit the way it is. Do you fold your pizza and dip it in ranch? You can. It depends on the pizza, though. Like, some pizzas just defies folding. You know, a thicker crust pizza, you can't fold. But like a New York style pizza, that's another thing you'll see people eating incorrectly all the time. They get a thin crust New York style pizza and they grab it by the crust like it's a normal piece of pizza, and it flops over and they're like dripping cheese and fucking shit all over themselves. It's like, what are you doing? Fold it. Oh, now it works. It's like that never occurred to you. No, dude. Human beings, like, really, probably the most driven thing, like the biggest driving force in our life is eating. It's like the reason why we have all these fucking appendages and shit is so that we can eat. And so many people don't even know how to do it right. Like middle-aged people somehow lived their whole lives and never learned how to eat a piece of thin crust pizza. They grew up in America and never learned how to eat a piece of New York style pizza. It's like, oh man, what a fucking nightmare. Paul, what's your opinion on DFF controversy? Do you want to see that? Go watch the last show. I did a show late last night called Night Crew equals Best Crew, I think, or something like that. Yeah, whatever the previous video to this one is. The first 30 minutes of the show or so are dedicated to fielding questions from people about clipping and all that. So go check that out if you're interested. M just dropped a great diss track. I don't care. I finally listened to a couple of cuts from his new album, and it's terrible, unlistenable garbage, and I don't want to ever listen to it again. I didn't listen to the whole thing, and I won't. I'm not interested in listening to the whole thing. Late notification situation. Yeah, it happens. What are you going to do? How am I feeling today? I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Did you see Trump deny 3,000 people died in Puerto Rico? I don't even understand the thought process behind that. I mean, I guess that number is not all that flattering to him, as he was the president that oversaw those 3,000 deaths, but I mean, has he really descended to the point where he thinks that he can change facts? Like, If 3,000 people died and that's the number, then that's the number. It's the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. I don't know. I had rattlesnake chili once. That's pretty weird. Chili made with rattlesnake meat. Tasted really good. I don't know how weird that is, but it's the weirdest thing I can think of. I've eaten bugs. I've eaten crickets, deep fried, and mealworms. So I've had insects. I guess that's weird too. Never ate snake meat. I've heard it tastes like chicken. It was, yeah, its consistency is like chicken for sure. And I didn't eat it raw, like straight up snake meat or anything. I had it mixed in with chili. How'd the cricket taste? It was deep fried, so it was salty and crunchy and had a very neutral kind of protein flavor to it. So that's kind of how I feel about mealworms as well. I had mealworms made similarly, kind of deep fried. Paul, I need help. I have this issue where I take a doo-doo and, oh God, dude, here we go. He's taking that rant I went on about how I like, you know, childish humor, immature humor. You can't just go cock-a-pee-pee doo-doo, dude. You can't go pee-pee cock-a-poo-poo, dookie poo-poo. You just can't. You just can't do it. I'm sorry. Frog legs takes. Yeah, I've had frog legs before too, and those do taste like chicken. I've never had alligator. What's the funniest word? Fart. 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 It's fart, for sure. Fart's the best word, the funniest word. Evokes the funniest thoughts just from a simple, you know, a simple fucking one-syllable word. You're a greedy Jew. I'm a greedy Jew. Holy shit, dude. Guys, I'm a greedy Jew. Did you hear it? Did you hear some dude in the chat say it, dude? Fart! Okay. Exposed. Exposed. If you fart in an argument, it's an immediate argument killer. I finally got into Monster Hunter World months after buying it, and I am loving it. Cool. I'm glad. It's a fun game for sure. The last fart got you. I told you, dude. It's just the truth, man. People like to deny it, but that's the word, man. Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird. I became a patron for the Dank Dungeons and Drunk Dragons. Do you think you will do more in the future? Depends on how this one goes, what the audience reaction is, and all of that. But yeah, I could see us doing a little series of D&D. Paul, you play your Nintendo Switch? I don't have a Nintendo Switch, so no, I don't. The Trashmen were a gas. A gas? Are you from the 50s, dude? Are you from the 20s? Are you from the Roaring 20s? What exactly are the rules for your upcoming D&D game when it comes to drinking and danking? You will find out when it comes out. Revealing that would give an advantage to any of the players of the game that might be listening. I don't want them to come prepared. I don't want to give them a chance to strategize. So the rules of the drinking game are secret. They're known only to me. Mm. I'll be disappointed if y'all don't get hammered in the D&D thing. Oh, trust me. Nobody that's playing the game will end the game not totally fucking shit-wasted. It's designed that way. Who is Dungeon Master? That would be me. What's the tightest track from Nevermind? Oof. It's really hard to pick one that isn't Come As You Are. That song, it's one of those songs, like, most of the songs on Nevermind are this way, honestly, but Come As You Are is one of those songs, the first fucking note, you know which song is playing. Da-da, you know, like, and the groove is just so great. You know, like, I don't know, dude. It's hard for me to... The production on that track, too, is just something else. I don't know what to tell you. They captured... Kurt's voice in that track is some of the best that it sounds on that album. So I'd have to say Come As You Are, for sure. Lithium... Yeah, Come As You Are probably wouldn't be my favorite song on Nevermind, but it's definitely the tightest track. The tightest package. It's the total package song on the album. In Bloom is a great song. You can hear the apathy in the guitar riff. You can, dude. You can. Courtney done did it. I agree, dude. She done did it. Hey, it's good to see you too, buddy. Paul, I'm going to become a $5 patron today. Will I be able to watch D&D? Yes, you will. Hole is greater than Nirvana. Get out of here, dude. I've heard Kurt hated Smells Like Teen Spirit because it was his least favorite track on the album that became his greatest hit. Yeah. That's pretty common for artists to have a breakout hit that they end up resenting because they have to play it everywhere, and it's all anybody ever wants to talk about. And Kurt felt pretty much the same way about Smells Like Teen Spirit. He felt it was a throwaway, kind of fun, poppy, catchy cut on the album, and ended up being the cut on the album. So, Ludo from Labyrinth versus Tom Cruise from Legend. Who wins? Why would those two fight? It seems like Ludo and Tom Cruise from Legend would be friends, you know? Ludo was a big, kind giant. He was not mean at all. He was nice. And Jack from Legend was a good-hearted individual. A little bit selfish, but I think that they would have been friends. I don't think they would have fought at all. I love Bleach, yes. I love Bleach and Incesticide are my favorite things to listen to. Like, if I'm feeling I'm in the mood for some Nirvana, which is pretty much a daily occurrence, it's usually those albums that I go to. Views on the Never-Ending Story. I was obsessed with that movie when I was a child. My mom had it on VHS when I was a kid, and I would just pop it in and watch it end to end, as long as she would let me. As soon as it ended, I would just rewind it and start it again. As an adult, I've seen it a few times. It gives me the warm fuzzies to watch it, and I think it's a really interesting kids movie that explores a lot of dark themes and a lot of adult themes. So, I don't know. It's a good movie. They looked like big, strong hands.
all my little friends, the man and his racing snail, the nighthawk, even the stupid bat. I couldn't hold on to them. The nothing took them away. They look like big, strong hands, don't they?
Some of the best shit ever. Some of the best shit ever, dude. The Rock Biter, man. A tear rolls down my cheek just thinking about him. What a great movie. What a great movie. Nirvana stole the Teen Spirit riff from Boston, More Than a Feeling. I've heard mashups of the songs. They're definitely similar. I watched The Founder as per your recommendation yesterday. What a great biopic. Yep, I agree. Founder was awesome. Neverending Story 2. Didn't work out. I mean, it had its moments, but didn't work out. Favorite kids movie, The Goonies. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Come on, man. That's the greatest adventure movie ever made, dude. The Goonies is fucking amazing. Let your scalp breathe. It's breathing. Look at it. I got no hat on today. It's breathing, man. Scalp is breathing. Who is the Zodiac? I am the Zodiac. Hello, Zodiac here. Never got the whole cult following of the Goonies. It was so boring. Man, that triggered me real deep down. I just want you to know that, bro. I want you to know that, broski. It got me all salty and angry on the inside, man. I need to see you before you die, and I'm only 18. Either do a meetup at a Chuck E. Cheese or go on a diet, chubby. I'll be okay, man. Don't worry. I don't plan on dying anytime soon. I got another 3 years in me at least, and you'll be 21 by then, so it's a good chance. I'm holding one more birthday party for a friend I permanently lost. Is that an unhealthy coping mechanism? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Sorry about your friend. I don't know. It's a little strange, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, man. What a question. Yeah, dude. When I die, I'll just be like, guys, I don't feel too good. And then just twinkly, 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 twink. That'll be that. Well, I'm 15. Let's get on those diets. Hey, you're fucked, kid. You'll never meet me. You'll never get to come to a meetup. Not with me at it, anyway. There's just no way. There's no way, kid. I couldn't watch the last Highdeology since I'm an orthophobe. What's an orthophobe, kid? Somebody look that up and find out what an orthophobe is. Because I don't know. An orthophobe. I've got 3 years at best. Yeah, that's true. Stevie Ray Vaughan or Hendrix? I choose Hendrix. Fear of propriety or correct behavior. People with this fear tend to worry about being proper, having good manners, or using correct behavior. Okay. Why was your orthophobia kicked in by last night's stream? I don't get it. What's the meme? Bring me in on the joke. Pimp seems like he's dying faster than you. Dude, Pimp and I are in a race to see which one of us can croak first. I think he's a little more committed because he's smoking, but we'll see. Slow and steady wins the race, you know. You guys should Romeo and Juliet and each other. What does that even mean, cuck my sock? I'm putting you on timeout just on principle for that one. You wasted my time with that one. Get out of here. Take 300 seconds to think about what the fuck you've done. I'm fairly new to your live sessions, but I wanted to ask you if you will ever do another The Ego Answers session. I mean, these are kind of like that. I field pretty much any question people throw at me here. So the Ego Answers, videos were just more focused on Q&A, but there was no live interaction. That's the real difference. What do you think of JF and his ethno-state bullshit? I've talked about it before. I mean, I don't really know what he's up to right now. I don't watch JF anymore, so... it'll turn out... What? It'll turn out grape vape causes grape lung, and that'll be how you die? It could be. It could be, dude. That's how it could work out, for sure. A stunning news report, a stunning scientific study has shown that bubblicious grape vape causes grape lung. Favorite Flock of Seagulls song, dude. How do you pick anything other than Iran? In the future, AI will aggregate all the videos you ever made and make a very close artificial approximation of Paul out of them with the help of deep fake and video audio tech. Yes. I will live on forever as a deep fake. So fuck you guys, I'm immortal. I don't die. When this body dies, my consciousness is just transferred to an analog AI that will go on forever. Favorite Billy Idol facial expression? I like this one. That's the one that I really like the most. Paul, do you believe in the death of the artist argument? You'd have to give it to me. I don't know what it is off the top of but just by the fucking description, you'd have to explain the argument to me, and then I could tell you whether I agree with it or not. What's my favorite? Dude, I like favoriting favorites. That's my favorite. Favorite Glock. The Glock, I guess. It's not Glock, just one kind of gun. It's a 9mm, right? Mad Lib or Ninth Wonder, Mad Lib. Thoughts on thoughts. I mean, these hoes are for everybody. Million Poppies gonna make me sleep, yep. Seasoned wedges or tots. I like seasoned wedges. Call those steak fries over here. I'm already working on a Paul's Ego AI for when you die. Cool, man. Maybe there'll be multiples. There's like 1,000 versions of Glocks. I wouldn't know. I'm not a gun dude. Do you like the Beatles? If so, what's your favorite song? I like Norwegian Wood, and I do like the Beatles. I wanted a girl, should I say, she wanted me. I came in her room, isn't it good? Norwegian Wood. That's a great song. I like the sitar in it. It's awesome. I like whichever Glock is used for the most suicides. Yeah, me too. I'll pick that one too, whatever that one is. Do you watch other YouTubers for entertainment? A few. I watch Kyle Kulinski's videos. They're probably my closest touchstone to the news because I don't really like watching the news all that often. So I watch Kyle Kalinske. I watch some Let's Players. I watch a guy named Kikoskia. I've watched him for a long time. I like his stuff. I fall asleep to his Let's Plays pretty much every night. One of the guys that I watch at least. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but I watch a few. Kikoskia. Glock 18 is the best. Okay. I trust Jawan because he's a black guy. And black guys know their Glocks, you know? So I trust you, man. I trust you with that shit. I defer to your greater knowledge. That's racist. Well, favorite string instrument? Probably just a good old 12-string electric guitar, man. Dinor, you gotta chill. Is that you want to go inside? You want to go in? Let me let you in. Go on. Get in there. Ugh. Yeesh. Favorite Dinor? That one. Guitars have 6 strings, my guy. You never heard of a 12-string guitar, my dude? Sorry. Maybe go to Google and look it up before you try and correct somebody about something, so you don't end up looking like a dipshit next time. That's just my fucking advice, though. You do what you gotta do, my guy. My dude. Oh boy, here we go. This is gonna be a dumb one. I can just tell already. Here we go. Let me prepare myself for this one, because this is gonna be stupid as fuck. I can just tell. All right, here we go. But Paul, if you don't like guns and someone breaks in your house, I'm assuming that's what you meant, how do you plan to die in a gunfight? See, you got no answer for that. Go guns, see? Yeah, it won't be a gunfight. You won't die in a gunfight if you don't have a gun yourself. M1911 Merca. I hate you gun people. I hate gun nuts that just like hang out in chats and stuff and just like list off models of gun and stuff just to see if there's anybody else out there that also likes listing off models of gun. I just hate gun people. It's the dumbest hobby ever. People that are into it, I think their IQ drops like 90 points just as soon as they pick up guns as a hobby. Because it's the M1 1911, Glock 28, Glock 13, Bradford fighting vehicle. Get out of here. Shoo. Go find a little gun forum or something to do your gun stroking on. Oh, no. Guns aren't interesting, you dipshit. They're only interesting to fucking empty-headed idiots who are desperate to be respected. And they feel that the only way that they can get respect is to try and skip the line and have a gun hanging off their fucking belt. And that they don't realize that doesn't the fear and respect are not the same thing. It's just gun people. Just dumb. Dunderheads. Fuck them all. Fuck them all and everybody that looks and believes like them. I don't care about being either feared or respected. It's a pretty broad assumption. Yeah, it is. What are you going to do about it? Do you think that calling it a broad assumption refutes its truth? Come get it. You got an argument, I'll read it, but... gun nuts are as lame as weebs with maul katanas. Dude, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding, dude. Whenever I see some dude doing open carry or whatever the fuck, he may as well be just some dude with some 350-pound dude with a Naruto headband on, carrying a fucking replica katana on his hip. You know what I mean? It's fucking ridiculous. Keep that shit at home, you fucking dipshit. What about crossbows? I mean, the weeaboos, I mean, yeah, I mean, visually they're not less cringy. They definitely have the visual cringe war one, but I agree, like, in terms of their just constant argument about it, the gun nuts are worse. You look at the bright side, nobody's going to invade us because everyone and their drunk uncle has a gun. If you think that's going to stop an invade, like, dude, a gun is only as good as the idiot shooting it. And I don't know about you, but when I go out in public, I see that the general person is dumb as a fucking bag of rocks. So just having a gun, like this idea that just having a gun makes you safe is one of the most absurd things that happens in America. Like, the gun, like I said, is only as good as the moron wielding it. And most of the people that are into guns couldn't rub two brain cells together if they could find two. This is so biased. Deal with it. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go cry into a pillow about it? Maybe punch a pillow. I think your pillow is the answer one way or the other. Either sob into it or punch it. Whatever's gonna give you the most emotional release, and then come back and either watch the stream or don't. Quit your crying. Quit your pissing and whining, man. It's another thing about the internet that I don't like. I don't like the direction it's gone. It's turned everybody into a bunch of whiny babies. Bunch of crybabies, dude. Crybabyism is like the most popular thing on the internet. Crybabyism and like fake fatherly advice is the most popular thing. Ugh. Like, if you're out distributing either of those things, please consider what you're doing with your free time. Please consider what you're doing with your fucking free time, dude. Man. I just can't imagine what it must be like to just be looking for something to trigger you so that you can whine about it. What kind of life is that, dude? Cry me a fucking river. Short-sighted and of small mind. Yeah, what a stunning refutation of the arguments I've made here today, dude. Man, you tore me down. You tore me down with your stupid fucking bullshit, dude. Congrats. You got me, dude. You nailed me. My feelings. My sensibilities. Get out of here, you fucking crybabies. Shoot. Vamonos. Go find some empty-headed pussy to watch. You don't like it. Get out of here. Shoo. I don't listen to Eminem's new stuff, no. It sucks. Empty-headed, absolutely. Absolutely, dude. The contrary argument that's coming through in this stream fits that descriptor perfectly. Empty-headed, vapid, tissue paper arguments. Gun nuts are so upset. Here's a solution. Take your gun, put it to your head, bang, bang, down. That's dark, but that is a solution. Paul, which state do you live in? How liberal are the laws regarding marijuana usage? I live in the state of apathy, and it's very, very liberal here. Paul, do you like people? No. You got triggered by M1911 lol. What? You can't say shit to me? Dude, I just said shit to you, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? You just said I can't do something, but I'm saying I'm doing it. I'm doing what you said I couldn't do right now. So what does that make your comment? Does it make it whiny fucking bullshit? I think so. Personally, that's what I think it is. Like, how are you going to come in and tell somebody he can't do something and then let him do it right to your face and then disappear? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to slink away and never post on that again? Or hope I forget the name? Is that what's going to happen? You just going to slink away to lick your stupid little internet wounds and hope that the next dumb comment you make lands on somebody? Is that what you're going to do, bitch? What are you going to do? I can't talk to you. I'm talking to you right now. So now what? Where does that leave us? Where does that leave you? Why don't I like people? Dude, isn't it evident from the ongoing conversations that happen here on Highdeology why I don't like people? Why do you, a better question is, why do you like people? What's there to like? So what are you going to do about it? Just got off work and eating ice cream buck naked. Cool, man. That sounds awesome. Paul's going to bring down the hammer. Nah, man. I'm not in a hammer type of mood today. I'm in an argumentative mood, but that's always the case. Yeah, we should all sing the Barney song together. If you hate people, why be on YouTube? I don't know. I mean, if you hate people who hate people, why be watching me on YouTube? Life sucks, argue with you. Why would I argue with that, though? That's just the truth. Dude, Tommy Sotomayor troll guy, I mean, you've got to know that every post you make is band-aid, right? With the long form name that gets cut off by the app because it's so fucking long that you can't even read the meme. Like, you got to know that everything that you say in here is band-aid, right? Yep, okay, good. So you're on the same page with me. So if I were you, I'd hang back. Because you've just about worn out your welcome mat today. I don't care about Eminem's disses of people anymore. He sucks now, so I don't care to hear him diss anybody. I mean, look, dude, old Eminem, nobody would fuck with. I mean, even new Eminem, it's probably not a smart thing to take a shot at that throne, but new Eminem, I'm not real interested in anything he has to say or do. Old Eminem, I wouldn't have gone near that with a 10-foot pole for a diss. What exactly do trolls eat? Attention. Of course, the troll that pursues nothing but attention is not really a troll. They're just a needy person. This idea that a troll is just somebody who seeks constant negative attention because they couldn't get attention when they were children applies more to people that I think engage in things that aren't trolling. They're just being stupid. Being stupid and then saying it's trolling is not trolling. It's just sad. It's just the sad hallmark of a person that is desperate to be noticed by anybody. You can immediately extrapolate multiple things about their life. Like when you hear somebody who just desperately wants to hear another person say something negative to them, you can tell that that person lives a lonely existence where no human being in their actual life takes them seriously, ever, or gives them the time of day because they really have nothing to say. They've done nothing to make themselves a socially attractive human being. So human beings aren't willing to sit around. You know what I mean? Like that, for me, is one of the saddest implications that you can make about a human being's life. And you see a lot of them. The internet is chock full of people who are just desperate to be seen and noticed by another human being. What do you think broke fake Sagan's brain? It sounds like religion, which is, you know, a pretty good assumption to make, I'd say, since it is the great breaker of brains. It's one of the best sledgehammers that we've come up with to smash intellect with is religion. I think that anybody that falls under the spell of religion immediately trades away rationality and thus, with me, credibility. Can we get a positivity stream? Sure. The next one I do, I'll try and do a smiles and sunshines and rainbows stream for you guys. This one's already gone a different direction, so you understand I can't switch midstream for you, but we'll try a little positivity stream next time. We'll see how that works out, huh? I just went to the doctor for mental health for the first time. They gave me Lexapro. Any advice on mental health meds? Just communicate with your doctor. I mean, I don't give people advice because I'm not a fucking psychiatrist, so communicate with your doctor. If you feel like it's not working or making your symptoms worse, communicate that and demand that you get put on something else. Don't just sit on a drug that you feel isn't helping me or helping you. Other than that, I would say just listen to your doctors. Keep going down that road. Thought Eminem's new album was actually very good. His flow was awesome and his lyrics were fire. How does it suck, Paul? I listened to 2 songs. I don't even know what the names of them were. It lacks the edge and interconnected feel that his early work had. His early work was immediately accessible and felt super authentic in terms of an examination of his psychological state at the time of making it. And his new music feels neutered and sad and limp in response. That's the best I can give you. I listened to 2 cuts off of the new album, and both of them bored me to absolute tears. So there you go. That's how he sucks now. Any other questions? Hey, what's that?
It is a chai.
Oh, a chai. Thank you. Mmm. Thank you. Chai is tasty.
Just giving you positivity.
Oh, you're bringing positivity. How nice of you. See, Ashley's going to help me with my positivity stream. I'm going to do it at a time where she can sit next to me and like poke me if I'm getting negative, you know, because I need that. I need that immediate feedback. Mmm. That's tasty. Man, Ashley just completely like disarmed my negativity with this chai. It's just tasty, refreshing, tastes like a cup of home. The Daily Tithe, courtesy of Her Majesty Satan. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. Your 666 is always welcome here. To remove salt from your paw, add 2 cups of chai. That's so true. I can't be salty while I'm sipping on a chai. My favorite Nirvana song is Lounge Act. How do you make a good chai anyways? I've always tried, but it's super bitter. Well, this is a chai tea latte, so it's sweetened and mixed with milk. And you'd have to ask Ashley about that. She's the chai master. This isn't coffee. This is a chai tea latte. There's no coffee in it. Well, the passion is what made Eminem a personality for me. It's what made him stand out from other rappers, and losing that in his music just makes it something I don't want to listen to. Like, it's technically good. His flow is still the best in the game, but if the passion isn't behind the music, then what's the point of listening to it? Which album are you talking about? Whatever the new one is called. I don't even know what this new album is called. People badgered me to listen to it, and I finally sat down. It was a few nights ago, I think 2 or 3 nights ago, and listened to a couple cuts from it and was bored to tears. Kamikaze. Okay. Cool. Thoughts on Columbine. Why have you asked that 3 times? I don't have any thoughts on Columbine. I'm not thinking about Columbine. I have nothing to say about Columbine. I love tequila. Me too. Cheers to that. Paul, do you care about yourself? Not a whole lot. Why did they remove TJ's video on Columbine? Hate speech. You didn't know? Talking about a 20-year-old gun massacre is hate speech now. Who doesn't like gravy? Who wouldn't drink gravy like a beverage? Yeah, gravy's the best sauce. Yeah, man. You kind of are thinking about it now, unfortunately. I don't even know what you're talking about anymore, so refuted argument there. Whatever you think I'm thinking about, I'm not, because I can't land on what I'm supposedly thinking about. So you were wrong, sir. Vodka is the cleanest liquor. Okay. Eminem was very passionate and angry in this new album. He dissed everyone. He went after Joe Budden and Tyler, the Creator. How can you hate it? Because it's just limp. It's like a limp noodle. Listen to his new album and then listen to the Marshall Mathers EP. It's a limp noodle, dude. It's faux passion. It's like him trying to stir up beef again to make himself relevant. It's not actual genuine hate like it used to be. It's like, oh, let me take shots at these other guys in the game. It just reeks of desperation, dude. Just reeks of desperation. And it didn't used to. It used to come across as what it was, just genuine vitriol. And now it's just like, oh yeah, I need to show people that I'm still the rap god. So let me go after a bunch of other dudes in the game that are doing a good job. It's like, that's not what you were doing back in the day. You were calling out fucking shitty ass rappers with nothing to fucking offer. You weren't just trying to get one up on good people in the game. You had genuine beef with people and a genuine desire to see them fucking, you know, reduced. Now he's just like, oh yeah, let me make a diss song album. Who cares, dude? Yeah, the D12 album that got released was pretty good. I think it was called Devil's Night. Eminem is a genius. You just don't understand his art. All right, man. What a fucking... That argument there, J Dark, that got me, man. You got me. You're right. His new album didn't bore me now. Because he's a genius. Get out of here. Shoo. Eminem featuring Death Grips, yeah. Yeah, you just don't get it, man. It's like the argument that comes tumbling out anytime you try and talk about economics with a fucking conservative. You just don't understand economics. It's like, that's an argument now? Okay. Well, thanks for participating, I guess. You want Eminem to be the same rapper and make the same songs forever? Yes. I want him to be a passionate rapper. I don't care what he makes as long as there's passion behind it. His latest album is passionless. Well, he's evolved into a form with less passion and more desperation and less raw vitriol in his music and more fake attempts at positioning himself as the rap god. That's not, you know, that's not the way to my heart. How can you say it's passionless? He literally dissed mumble rap and the new rappers. He sounded mad as hell. Did you even listen to the whole album? No, I didn't. I just told you I listened to 2 cuts off of the album and both of them bored me to tears, and I didn't see a reason to continue forward. That's my review of the album, is that there were 2, I listened to 2 cuts, the names of which and details about which I've already forgotten because they were boring. See, what you guys are failing to understand is that back in the day when Eminem did disses, it wasn't just the simple fact that he was doing disses that made those things popular and that made him popular as a guy that did that. It was the fact that those disses were filled with genuine, honest passion and vitriol. They weren't just trying to be relevant. He wasn't trying to just take shots at somebody and hope that an insult landed. He had genuine, honest dislike and disregard for these people, and it came oozing out of every pore of his music. The fact that he yells on this album, apparently about mumble rappers or whatever, doesn't mean that the passion is there. There's a difference between screaming and being passionate about something. Now, sometimes those things go hand in hand. Some of his older songs got very, very loud and very, very angsty in terms of tone. But the passion is something that you can't fake it. You just can't. And in the new album, what passed for passion sounded fake. And that's that. How can you say he's not passionate? It just seems like you are trying to hold on to your argument. But the fact is it's selling well. That's fine. I'm glad it's selling well. Eminem is back. Sure. Go buy that album again then. Go support that artist again. Buy all the promotional stuff. Go buy some merch from him. Make sure you make it a resounding success. Do your part. But this evangelizing in here by trying to sell me fake passion, you ain't gonna change my mind. There's nothing that could come out of your stupid fucking mouth right now that's gonna change the time that I spent with his new album being bored. Nothing. You could literally make the most golden, fucking unassailable argument ever, and I would still leave this conversation feeling exactly the same about his shitty new album. So if you want to keep typing paragraphs, I invite you to go ahead and waste your time. But I'm just letting you know that I make my own mind up about music, and when I listened to Eminem's new album, it bored me to tears. You don't like it, but that doesn't make it bad. Makes it bad to me, doesn't it? What am I supposed to argue? It's okay. Like, if I don't like something, am I supposed to be like, go ahead and listen to it, it's pretty good? Would that be okay with you, J-Dark? Like, this argument line you're taking is fucking retarded. Eminem is trash. His diss against Tyler was trash. All he did was call him gay. Gay, that's a weak insult. Eminem is an old man and needs to retire. I mean, I don't know about the retiring, but Tyler, the Creator, is a rapper. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna reason you into not having been bored when you tried to listen to his album. It's like, how is that gonna happen? How are you gonna do that? You're not. Eminem is such a smart man. Surely he is not a naive individual with dictionary skills on the fly situation. Wow, you're still doing the situation thing, huh? Hold on, let me get you 300 seconds to try and stop doing the situation thing. There you go. Wow. Situation. The first Brett Keane meme. Literally a 7-year-old meme. Holy fuck. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just saying it's subjective. I think that was established before this conversation started, and I don't know why you seem so intent on continuously making that argument. People's taste in music is subjective. That's what you're adding to this over and over and over again. No, you're not. You're adding nothing. You're adding something that everybody that's an adult that was in this conversation already knows. My taste in music is subjective. What the fuck, dude? Oh my God, Eminem's lyrics are too complex for Paul. Oh yeah, dude. Definitely too complex for me, dude. I definitely don't have any command whatsoever of the English language. Not at all, dude. I can't get his lyrics. They're too deep, dude. He's weaving the flows too hot for me. That's exactly why I was bored by his music, dude. His music is now boring to me because his flows just got too hot. He got too good, dude. It's too good, dude. Too good. You got me, dude. You changed my mind. How often do you change your own mind on music, Paul? I find I need a couple of run through. Yeah. Well, I mean, recently I started listening to quote unquote mumble rap, and I've found several artists that I really enjoy their work now. So I do it all the time. I try and make myself uncomfortable musically all the time and listen to things that are outside of my wheelhouse and outside of my comfort zone all the time and find things to like about them. So I'm definitely not a super harsh critic of music. I tend to listen to a little bit of everything and find what's good about the things that are popular. And I typically can do that for myself. But I agree with you, it takes multiple listens through of an artist. It takes trying to find an appreciation for an artist to come to that. When it comes to Death Grips, I gave the Death Grips way more than 10 seconds, bro. Way more than 10 seconds. When people barraged me with it, I went and found a Death Grip song and listened to the whole thing, and once again found myself bored and utterly put off by what I heard. Several other times I've gone back and listened to parts of songs at people's behests, and I've never found one single thing that I could groove with. That's why I don't like the Death Grips. And no amount of argumentation is going to change my mind on that. They're just not for me. No idea what that was. Thanks, YouTube. Yeah, that one wasn't even a phone call. That one wasn't even a phone call. So if you're not open to having your mind changed, then why discuss music? I just got done. Like, are you even listening, or are you just typing shit out and putting it in the chat today, Jay? I just got done telling you that I change my mind on music all the time. If you go back a few hundred episodes here, you'll hear me dissing on mumble rappers like Lil Pump. Now I listen to him. I just got done talking about how I change my mind on music all the time. How did you type that if you're listening? Did you walk away? Did you have to go take a shit or grab a Hot Pocket or something and you just missed the fucking 10 minutes I spent establishing that? Next. Actually, just don't next. Just stop. Oh my God, dude. Tam Lamb's on the same fucking page, dude. I'm not even reading that argument. Holy fuck. I'm not reading another paragraph from you, dipshit. Like, holy fuck, man. You won't give that same credence to the new Eminem album because it was boring. I listened to it. I listened to multiple songs on it and was bored. Daily Sieg Heil to you. Oh, gross. Get out of here, Peter. Little Pump does suck, though. That's cool. Dude, all that heat you're spitting at Little Pump, it's good that he's got just like big racks of $100 bills to fan himself with, or he might break a sweat from that heat you're tossing at him. It's okay, Paul. I still love despite your disability. Cool. Thanks, Seamus McKnight. I appreciate that, homie. Post Malone sucks balls. He sucks balls. Money equals talent. Yeah, typically. Lil Pump have some money. Lil Pump good. Yep. If Lil Pump was bad, Lil Pump would have no money like you. That's where bad rappers got no money like you. Good rappers fan themselves with racks of $100 bills because people buy and listen to their shit. My last name is Post. Weird to hear it as a first name. Post is actually Post Malone's last name. His real name is Austin Post. So you share the last name with a great man. Pump isn't a good rapper, though he isn't even a rapper. He's just a meme. I mean, yeah, he's not a good rapper, but he's a good beat maker and producer. He's responsible for a lot of the sound on his album. And I don't care what you say. Like, his lyrical content is repetitive and simplistic, but he continuously puts out bangers, like Boss. Like that song, dude, just listen to the beat of that song. You want to listen to, like, Lil Pump out of context, listen to what's good about Lil Pump, just look up Boss and just do the instrumental. Just listen to it. It's amazing. I can hardly appreciate the beat when it's just like shit all on top. Dude, you bob your head to fucking Lil Pump when I put him on in the car, dude. You know you enjoy it, dude. You know you love Lil Pump. See, Ashley's just confused because she's incredibly attracted to Lil Pump. And she doesn't want to be, you know. But when she sees, you know, the 3 thick-ass donkey rope gold chains and the diamond teeth and the multicolored doopy braids and the face tats and stuff, soaked, dude. Soaked down south, for sure. And so, you know, she pretends she doesn't like his music. But I know what's going on, baby. It's okay. It's okay. I feel the same way, dude. I feel the same way. Lil Pump is 18. He was 16 when he came out. Actually, I think he was younger. I think he was 15 when his first song came out. Lil Pump is now 18. I think he's actually 19 now, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Lil Pump's gay. I mean, his name is Lil Pump. What do you think? Eminem is a good rapper, but he's missing the style that made him good. He's lost his passion. Whatever. There's no passion in his music now. That's why I don't like it. Still a very technically good rapper. Still has the best flow in the game. Still probably lyrically is the best rapper. But you gotta have a little bit more than that. You gotta have passion. You gotta have a genuine drive. You gotta be making music because you feel like you need to, not because you feel like you want to make something people will listen to. Eminem is just trying to be relevant, slashing out at all these other rappers and shit. He's already at the top of the game. What's he gotta lash out about anymore? And if he's gonna do it with a little genuine gumption and gusto and passion. Yeah, I'm not afraid. I mean, like, just listen to that song. You want to know why I don't like new Eminem? Go bump I'm Not Afraid. That's what he thought people wanted to hear when he got off pills. Like, he just lost it. He lost his connection to what made his music accessible to people. Rap God was a technical showcase. It's a good song, technically speaking. Is it one of his best songs? Absolutely not. It doesn't even come into his top 10. It's a technical showcase of how fast and dense his rapping can be. That's all. Which is great. It's a fun song. I'm Not Afraid is an okay song. Get out of here. No, it isn't. It's an R&B song with Eminem rapping over it. Fuck that. What's your favorite of Eminem's? I mean, it's gonna have to be a cut off the first album. It's hard for me to choose one. I like Role Model. I like Kim. Both of those songs, I think, stand out really, really hard on his first album and are examples of exactly what I'm talking about here. Genuine passion in song form, especially Kim. That's a song that, like, you'll never hear a song like that out of an artist. Like, they just don't have the balls to put something that raw and real and dark out. And Eminem just did it unabashedly, like, without even thinking about it. Great song. favorite type of M&M. I like the brown ones, man, because they look like they taste, you know. The rest of the M&M colors, I feel like it's false advertising. You know, when I pick up something red or yellow, I expect, you know, I'm a Skittles guy, so I expect cherry or lemon, you know, and to bite into something those color, like orange. You know, I grab an orange M&M and pop it in, and it just tastes like a brown M&M should taste, you know. I think all M&Ms should be brown, advertising the rich, dark, brown, chocolatey center. Skittles are way better. I totally agree. I'm a Skittles guy. Favorite work of Trent Reznor's, Pretty Hate Machine. I really loved the remix albums he used to make. There's an album that I had when I was a kid called Further Down the Spiral that's kind of a remix album, a collaborative remix album of The Downward Spiral that's really, really good. He released a list of remixes of The Perfect Drug as well that I used to really like. I used to listen to that album end to end. A lot of that stuff was done by other people, though, and he just helped produce. But definitely, like, as a work of his, musically, Pretty Hate Machine for sure. The Downward Spiral is his masterpiece. I love it. I mean, it's the first one that I got, so it's what got me into Nine Inch Nails. But when I fell in love with the Downward Spiral and immediately, you know, saved up my money and went down and bought all the other albums, I bought Broken and Fixed. Fixed being a remix album of Broken as a shorter EP, and then I bought Pretty Hate Machine and Further Down the Spiral, and I was just blown away by Pretty Hate Machine immediately. Like, I don't know. I just really love it. I listen to some Slipknot. I liked them for a time. Oh yeah, dude. I'll just put on the Social Network soundtrack sometimes when I'm working. It's just so atmospheric and so great. Looking back, what's the most embarrassing stage of your life? I used to be a weeb when I was 15. Embarrassing stage. Probably high school. Just high school in general. The 4 years of high school were pretty cringy for me, looking back on them anyway. I did okay, though. You know, I didn't have a bad experience in high school like a lot of cringe kids did. I did okay in high school. I had a couple of large groups of friends, and I was pretty well known by most of the people on campus and well liked amongst most groups of people. So I did okay. But yeah, I was fat and doughy and kind of cringy, and I played Magic the Gathering a lot, so very, very nerdy. Was into video games, which at that time was not, it wasn't like the cultural phenomenon that it was. So people that played video games were instantly looked at as dorks, and we all kind of were, so it was proper. But, you know, whatever. I don't really regret those times in my life. I couldn't have been anything other than what I was. You know, I can't imagine myself as some fucking cool kid or whatever. Yeah, I would just be a totally different human being. Was the crash of '08 an economic crash or mass white-collar crime? The latter. I mean, it was mass white-collar crime that precipitated the crash. The constant repackaging of bad loans, the constant use and abuse of the system to transfer profits or to create profits from unprofitable collections of bad loans. It was total malfeasance, 100%. And it's happening again, too. Like, all of the things that happened that led to the economic crash were talked about in the House and Senate, and some very cursory regulation was passed and then immediately stripped. And it's just happening again. So all of this talk, like when Trump comes out and says, look at the economy, that's the real measure of my success. It's like, any day now, the bottom is going to fall out of this economy. Like any day you could wake up and hear the Dow Jones has lost 1,400 points today in one of the worst rallies in American history. And you're going to be like, uh-oh. You know what I mean? It's all made of paper. It's all bullshit. It's all smoke and mirrors. And as soon as it gets pierced, all of the smoke is going to run out of the room. It's just a cycle. You just see it happening over and over and over and over again. And as these financial instruments that they're using, the credit default swaps and shit, get more and more exploitative, these like little heart attacks that the economy has become more frequent and more serious every time they do it. So the economy has always gone through these cycles of boom and bust, but the 2008 spike was something totally different. In terms of revenue loss, it was equivalent to 1920. It was equivalent to, you know, the Great Depression in terms of total revenue loss and job loss and shit. It was a total financial disaster. And it almost crippled the global economy. And when it happens again, it's going to happen even worse. The next heart attack is going to be even worse. Yeah, then they'll play the video of all the time Trump bragged about how great the economy was. Exactly. It'll come back to bite him in the ass tenfold, and that whole party. They're going to have all these sound bites, because it's not just Trump doing it. All these people that are trying to find a reason to still be Trumpies, even though he's clearly a national embarrassment who probably has dementia and should be removed from office immediately. All these fucking Republicans that are hedging on, like, I'm going to stay true to Trump. Like, it's just going to be endless sound bites of them going like, look at how great the economy is, as people are losing their jobs. It's going to be fucked for them. It's over. And that's just like, this is not even a prediction. This is just a mathematical fact. It's coming. Any day now. Any day now, you'll wake up and flick on the news, and all anybody will be talking about is the massive losses taking place on fucking Wall Street. The Dow 500 will be just having a seizure. And all of this growth and all of this GDP growth that's happened is going to be rescinded and then some. Right back to square one yet again, because we've learned nothing. Were those actions actually criminal or just morally wrong? Both. Well, the moral wrong is a little more subjective than I'd like to get into, but there were certainly criminal malfeasance going on Wall Street. There were financial rules and regulations in place that were meant to keep things like this from happening. There was illegal contact going on between corporations and credit rating agencies that assess that corporation's debt and holdings and come up with a rating, you know, from A++ to D- or whatever the fuck it is. There was illegal collusion between big companies and these rating agencies to have the companies look at these products that they were putting out and give them a good thumbs up rating, even though they were filled with bad debt. And it was well known that these things were giant debt balloons that were going to pop at some point and have to be dealt with. These ratings agencies were colluding with corporations in order to make these bad debt packages look like good investments so people could get suckered into purchasing them. There was tons and tons of white-collar crime behind what's going on. If you dig into the financial crisis, you just find a seabed of crime. That's what it's based on. It's the criminal transfer of funds from people to a smaller group of people on Wall Street, at the expense of everybody in this country and the global economy besides. It should have been treated as the most serious crime in American history, and not a single banker was locked up. Not a single dirty politician was brought to the fore. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. The biggest collapse of a criminal enterprise in American history almost destroyed the global economy, and America didn't put one banker in jail. Not one. Fuck that. So that's why it's just going to keep happening again, folks, because all those people that fucking rigged the economy to the point where the bottom almost fell out of it in 2008, they're doing the same shit. Iceland locked up some bankers. Iceland actually dealt with the crisis better than any other country that I heard about. They actually had a purge of these bad banking practices in their country, locked up a few bankers to send a message that you're not going to do business like this in Iceland. And now Iceland's economy is doing just fine. Continues to be one of the best places in the world to live. America did nothing. Nothing. Had some hearings, did some interviews, got some people on the record going, I don't know, nobody saw it coming, and then just stuffed it under the rug and kept doing it. Yeah, Bernie Madoff went to jail. Yeah, somebody earlier said he went to jail because he ripped off rich people. That's why Madoff got popped. Madoff got popped because the people he was ripping off weren't, blue collar Joe and his wife and kids. It was actual rich people. That's why he got brought to justice. It just doesn't work. And it's going to happen again, and there's going to be the same shit. You'll hear the same excuses that you heard in 2008. We didn't see this coming. This was a totally irregular event. There was no way we could know what was happening. We're going to get to the bottom of this, though, and make sure that this never happens again. If there was any malfeasance on Wall Street, by God, we will dig it up and root it out, and we will pass a law that makes sure that this never happens again. That's what you'll hear from them. And then 8 years from now, we'll be having the same fucking conversation. The economy will be booming again and teetering on the precipice of a giant collapse, and we'll all be having the same fucking conversation again. It just happens over and over and over and over and over, cyclically, because the people telling you that shit, the people telling you we're going to get to the bottom of this and make sure that this never happens again, they don't give a fuck about you. They're lying straight to your face. They know they have no intention of stopping it, because a lot of the people saying that were directly profiting from it and continue to. They don't give a fuck. They're lying straight to your face. They don't give a shit. Americans have cyclical short memory disease. It's endure, persevere, forget, and repeat. You're absolutely right. We've allowed ourselves to be trained to have minute attention spans so that we don't pay attention to the elephant in the room. It's actually designed that way. School sucks for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is that the curriculum is designed not to create free thinkers, not to create critical thinkers, but to create obedient thinkers, people that are looking for an authority figure to tell them what to think about things. That's what school trains children to do, and that's what people grow up into. They grow up into people that don't really have a basis for their own opinions, can't really form one without being told what their opinion is by somebody else with a bigger brain, and we end up with a populace that's pretty useless to itself. Useless to itself. A citizenry that is useless to itself. What, like, why would you type bet 15 fucking times? Get out of here, faggot. How can the average Joe working full-time prepare for the inevitable economic crash? Save as much money as you can. Save as much money as you can, and if you really are scared about like your assets being exposed and shit, pare down your assets. Live smaller than you need to. Don't find yourself overexposed with a mortgage you can barely make the note on at the end of every month. If you've got one of those, sell that place and get yourself into a smaller economy apartment. If you got a big giant car payment, sell that car and go get something that's cheap and small and easy on gas and used. Pare down your expenses, honestly. That's all you can do. Sell your big house, go live in an apartment. Sell your expensive fancy car, get something that you can own outright. My house note is way cheaper than my apartment was. Well, then great. Then you made the right decision. Usually that's not the case. Usually, well, and if you take into account all of the other expenses that come with owning a house, your house note was not cheaper than your apartment. I guarantee you. I 100% guarantee, unless you live in a place where everything's inverted. I guess that's a possibility. But if you live in America, the other expenses that you incur as a house owner definitely made up for what you were spending in an apartment. Unless your house is in a shitty place and your apartment is in a really expensive downtown area or some shit. A house is a definite investment. Trust me, I used to own one. I've owned 2 homes. Then you and your children own a home only if you pay off the note. That's another thing that people think. They think when they buy a house that they own that house. No, they've signed a contract with the bank to buy that house over time. If you never pay off your mortgage, you never own your home. The bank owns your home. And if they decide they want to take it from you, they do. Can't make your note a couple of months? If you owned that house, it shouldn't be a problem, right? Because you're the owner. You're the one losing the revenue. No. You want to test that theory? Don't pay your fucking mortgage for 2 months and see who owns your home. It's funny how they always advertise 30-year fixed rate mortgages. The average American only spends 6 years in a home. Well, that's a great bet for them then, isn't it? Bank took my mom's house. She was almost done paying it. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. You miss your note 2 months in a row and your house is gone. That's basically the standard. So if you have some medical thing and you can't work for 2 months, you can't go to the bank and go, hey, I got a hardship, man. I broke my fucking neck at work and I can't work and I got laid off. That bank is gonna go, fuck you, pay me. You don't got your mortgage payment? Hope you can come up with it quick. If you don't, we're taking your fucking job or taking your house. They don't give a shit about you. You don't own your home. Unless you outright paid cash for that home or mortgaged it and then paid the balance of that mortgage off totally, you do not own anything. The bank owns it. You're renting it from a bank. Just a larger apartment with a landlord that cares about you less than an apartment landlord usually does. An apartment landlord has an incentive to keep you in your apartment because the more people that are in their apartments, the more money they're making. The bank doesn't give a shit. There's somebody else will buy that house. They can flip it and sell it. Make a profit on your ass because they charged you more for it than it was worth in the first place. Owning a home is a crazy endeavor, man. It's not something you should ever jump into without knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into. And I speak to you from personal experience on that. The amount of unforeseen and unplanned for expenses that come with owning a house are staggering. Staggering. You will be blown away. You look at your mortgage payment and you think, oh man, I can make that easy peasy. You have no idea. You have no idea what it's gonna take to keep that fucking house livable. And all the little things that are gonna break and need fixing and all the little re-roofing and landscaping, and if you got a pool in your backyard, maintenance and upkeep on that. And if you got a big yard that you don't want to spend all day fucking 3 days a week maintaining, then you got a gardener that you got to pay to come fucking garden your shit. You got city fees, you got water fees, you got fucking property taxes. You've got the power bill on a house, which is exponentially larger than it is on an apartment, just by design, by sheer size. You've got all of the cleaning and upkeep and all of the products that you have to buy to keep that up. All of these things, all of the little machinery in your house. Like if you have an apartment, like here, if I walk over there right now and I turn on my oven and it doesn't come on, I call my landlord and he fixes it. You own a home, you got nobody to call. You got to call a repair person to come fix your shit. That's an expense. Repair person looks at it, says, it's shot. You got to buy a new one. That's an expense. Paul, if you have $200,000, would you just keep it in savings account or would you invest in a house? I'd put it in a savings account, faux show. I put it in a savings account and supplement my income with the interest, and that would be it. That's exactly the smartest thing to do with a chunk of money like that. Just wanted to thank you a little bit. Hey, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. People in this country don't know how to think. I mean, 90% believe in God, then what more evidence do you need? Yeah, you got a point. Hey, Paul, I'm about to go to the bar with my only living brother left. What should we drink on my other brother's memory? He died on Sunday. Dude, I don't know, dude. Why are you asking me to decide what you guys drink to your brother's memory? There's always so much sadness going on in this chat. Like every day when I read it, somebody's asking me like, hey, my whole family was just killed in a random act of horrifying violence. How would you cope with such a thing? I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, dude. I mean, Paul, if you're just going to park the money and not utilize it in any other way besides interest, you could put a retirement account. I have a retirement account now. It's not actively being added to, but I have a 401k and a pension from my old job, and a 401k from Starbucks that still has money in it. So I have a little nest egg for retirement. It's not enough to live on, but it's at least something. And it's value that I can borrow against, but you know what I mean? There's not a lot of money there. So it's definitely not gonna save me, but it'll be a little something. It's a little something I can draw upon in times of need. Paul, my mom just died in my arms. Any tips? Yeah, dude. Old man Paul scraping the shit out of barrel. Just got home from work. Very glad to watch you live and smoke a bowl. Hey, man, I'm very glad to have you here watching me live smoking a bowl. That's a cool thing, man. I'm glad we're all doing that together. That's a fun thing. Speaking of which, I'll be right back. Stay there for a second. Be entertained by this. There you go. Look at the trees. Aren't they pretty? Come on, bud. You want your bone? Get your bone. Want your bone? Come on. Get your bone. Bring it with you. You don't want something to do. You want to be out here, bring your bone. There you go. There you go, buddy. See how easy that was? You bring your bone. Oh, boy. You gonna chew it? You gonna chew your bone? Yeah. Whoa. Okay, so my camera doesn't want to switch again. I think it's frozen. It's definitely frozen. That's great. Well, it's probably a good time to end this then, unfortunately. Sorry about that, but this is usually when this camera gets frozen like this, it usually just dies eventually. So see you guys later. Bye.